some headphones. I got some headphones.
Oh, you're wrong. Alright. Well, anyway, guys, this is Dan Jefferson. Yeah, he is one of the young lads on the personal development trip now. He's at university, bro, but he's all interested in the psychedelics and shit, bro. We even tripped at the same time before in different locations, though. He's long, so he's just frozen. Why are you? Why is your camera frozen?
Hello?
Oh, hi, Key. Hi, this is Dan in the group chat. So there's a group chat on Snapchat, guys. So hit me up on Snap and
I don't
join.
normally look this prepubescent either.
I don't normally look uh like I'm not in a super expensive environment that I own.
I'm in a kitchen, in a flat.
Do you like my tapestry?
Yeah, it's beautiful, bro. No, look at this, right? So I know I said I got a Domino's, yeah. I went and did my healthy shop. Was gonna make some like Asian broth thing, but I had to wash all my dishes, like, and then I go into my kitchen that I haven't really been in since I come back to Birmingham, and some cretin decided not to go home for Christmas and just fill the sink with noodles and chicken bones.
Who's that? Your missus?
No, I have no idea. Someone who lives in this flat with me.
What are they just fucked off?
No, they still live here, but they only come to the kitchen at like 4 in the morning.
All right, so because you're in uni, you have to share a kitchen with someone, and some cunt has just filled the sink up with food and chicken bones, and then just fucked off.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you who it is.
No, we don't know who it is.
Sounds like a good old boy.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's like, I don't even know if I can say that online.
Fuck that.
But
well, yeah, go on then. Go on.
our door got kicked off because of this guy.
Why?
Because he owes money. So he kicked our flat door off. He steals all our food.
All within university, like.
Yeah. All just uni accommodation.
It must be. This is why I kind of want to go to uni, because it's just a game.
No, it's insane. It's insane. Like this is.
That's what I mean, bro.
This is just pure Babylon. The amount of shootings and stabbings that happen right there, and I just sit here, like damn.
Oh, there goes another one.
Honestly, I pour myself a cup of tea. I'll sit down like.
There are these people just sat in front of like some pub, this webcam footage. And these people just rolled up and shot everyone, and this guy was just sat there like, yeah, I've seen it all before.
That's mad. We get like raw videos down this road. As BCU key, so Brum City Centre, not Bournebrook ways.
But I've been on FaceTime to you, and yeah, it's proper Babylon.
Fully is. I think that idea you had to record a music video, it would be sick.
Yeah,
so Babylonian.
Yeah,
bro, trust.
Babylon does look cool. That's what you said to me earlier.
It does, like.
It does look cool, but it's also like.
It's like I said to you. It's like the buildings look sick until you realise everyone's just stacked on each other, sat at their desks typing away, and that's why the buildings are there.
It's like, it's not just the aesthetic though. Like, it's about like what it's actually like to be on a fucking 9 to 5 within one of these grids.
Trust, it is grid living. I got like 5 people to the left of me, 1 person to the right, then about 10 on top of me.
That would scat me out, man, being in that big thing. Like, what the fuck?
It's mad. I've seen other accommodations. I kind of like that mine's like smaller, because I've seen these ones with massive like concrete. What do you even call it? Yards in the middle to go have your fags and shit. But it's like it got the campuses and the accommodation looks so big. It's like a prison. Whereas this is just a skyscraper.
It's a bit weird. Is it like really fat? Is your tower?
How do I? So that's a separate tower.
Why don't you go to the roof now?
I can't get on the roof. I've tried. It's very lock and key. But BCU. So like that's a tower. That's another tower. That's another tower. That's another tower. There's another one over there, and then there's the one I'm in.
That's mad. Apparently, I'm very quiet, says Jacob. Love from the Galaxy says it's a bit different in an eco village.
Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? I mean, look what they did to my trees. My three trees.
Yeah, this is what they do, bro. You literally have. When I was in Berensfield, which is a council estate and in a what was an airfield, it's just like an alleyway grid. There was like 6 trees in the field, and that was it, bro. There was nothing else for ages, and then the fucking council come down because they deemed not safe. They literally made them look like them. They just cut all of the green off of them and just made
it. It's so shit. Especially when you live somewhere like this anyway.
It's peak, man. They literally get the only bit of nature and this is not safe for society. We have to cut the tree down.
Trust. That's why I always walk down the Birmingham canals. But even then, I think I sent you a picture once. There was just a tree cut up, and someone had like stabbed the stumps onto this fence. Like they were like, "Look what we did to this tree." Like they'd executed it and put his head on a stake, but it was just a stump on a fence. And I was like, "What actually is the point of that?"
When? What? Why? Having a tree to look outside your window is said to increase happiness, although only slightly, I imagine. Walk up and down Brum canals and haven't got chefed yet? Fair enough.
It's all on the timing. If you go sort of like 6:45, 7 a.m., all you don't get the roadmen because they've finally gone to bed. You just get like the crackheads that have just woken up and are trying to secure their next bit of heroin. But they're fine because they're like junkies. They couldn't do anything.
So me and you, obviously, we know each other. We grew up in like school, obviously, secondary, right?
Yeah.
Year 8, probably for like 4 years, some shit. And then only we met not that long ago, and then that night we both took mushrooms, but we weren't together. But
No.
And then one thing that you had was the music, the song in your head, right?
Yeah, the rave in my head, that was sick. And then you just met a fully, like, a wall of intelligence.
Where is that audio? Because we was on the phone for like an hour, yeah, and Dan recorded it. And
No, I've still got it. It's on my Mac.
We got a fucking... You should send it to me.
Yeah, I will. When I figure out how to send a file that big.
But basically, yeah, there's just like a rave that happens in your mind. Like you can, that's like such a dead way of putting it. When I took like 7 grams some shit a few months ago, I literally constructed full songs in my mind in real time, and so did Dan.
Sick.
And that's what the entity I met was basically that, but visually, like it's like a full blown like other that you're constructing within your own mind, but it's like your subconscious is doing it, and it's like you don't even have to participate in the construction. It just kind of like
just happens.
Yeah, it's just like coming at you, but it's like as if you're watching a video or actually listening to a song.
Yeah, it was like for me. You know the sort of vibration you hear when you start tripping? Or is that me tripping?
No, I get where everything becomes... The vibrations of the environment become more apparent, like frequencies and fridges running and shit like that. You hear it.
So I constantly had this like high-pitched frequency going like ee! And like I was just lying there in silent darkness, and there was like synth chords or like just music, just little chord progressions over this thing. And I was like, this is interesting. And then I'm sat there in silent darkness. And in my head, like with my eyes shut, I look to the right, and there's just a Don there. This guy with a hat on. And he's like, if you've ever seen a mixing studio, it was a mixture of a mixing studio and like a festival stage. And he basically was like, come on. And then we like flew through these colours. whilst I was just constructing these like synth dance anthems in my own brain. And I know I was sat there, and this happened. I took the rest of the shrooms a couple days later, and I got the exact same thing. And basically, I was just lying there in silent darkness, just like bopping my head.
There was a person there. You say like full blown, as if you might as well have actually been there.
No, so I'd always say, well, it's hard to tell because you know your eyes are shut, don't you? And it wasn't like I felt like I was in my brain. I wouldn't say it was fully there, but it was more lucid than if I tried to imagine him now.
Something that I've always like, this is what I've just concluded, is that to me, like, when it comes to visuals, or do they fool you? To me, visuals always look like visuals. I can always tell when they're visuals, really, for the most part. Like, unless I'm just completely non-dual, but I'm like, they always have, like, mushrooms in particular. That's the only one I really fuck with. But the mushroom visuals is like, I can see what it does to the texture of everything, and it just kind of looks like a mushroom coating over everything.
Yeah, I guess it's like a filter, isn't it?
Yeah, but I recognize it to be that, so it's like I don't really get deceived by a hallucination.
No, I do feel you. It's like when I knew when I thought I was in a gingerbread house. I knew all I had to do was look away for a second, and the visuals would not be there for a second.
Yeah.
But I really do need to experiment with like a heroic dose. So I feel like I've been airing loads of chat aimed at me. BCU, I'm at BCU. I'm studying filmmaking. I don't have a synth. I have a drum pad. I do make music. I have a DJ deck. And you know, it was that trip that really pushed me towards music. Because I was like, why aren't I tripping about films if I'm studying filmmaking?
Why aren't you tripping about films?
Yeah, you know, like, because a part of me was like, on these streams, I was like really trying to figure out who I was. And then I just gained the ability to make music in my brain. And I was like, maybe that's who I am. But I think that's just a common thing, isn't it?
I've thought about that as well. But the songs, like, you can't ever, like, if you could, maybe with, like, Elon Musk Neuralink, you'll be able to, like, put it on the computer.
But the thing is, I feel like if I tripped and I just left Fruity Loops open, and I was like, and I heard a little thing, I could just go into GMF, which is a plugin, find
you should meditate on shrooms and just try and, like, get it out of it.
Yeah, and I might.
Don't try and, like, creatively construct one at desk. Just wait until you hear it, and then just go to the desk.
Yeah, literally, just sit there, start bopping my head and be like, sick, got it, run over to my laptop.
I wonder if you could skip the songs. That next time it happens, try and skip to the next one.
I will, but I feel like they sort of flow into each other.
Imagine if the song ended and it went, "Do you want to download Spotify Premium?"
No, because me and my girl were playing like a word association game the other day. And she said a word, just like a normal word, something in nature. I can't even remember the example. And I just came out with a product. And I was like, holy shit, I'm a brainwashed walking advertisement. Like, I can't even remember what she said. So she probably said something like fruit, and I was like, iPhone, Apple iPhone.
Oh right, yeah, no, I get you.
And I was like, what? Why? And then I honestly, I've been spending the last couple of days like thinking about my thoughts more, especially the ones that just aren't relevant, but are in my brain somehow.
Yeah, I guess so. You just kind of disperse your attention into stupid shit.
Like McDonald's ads.
Yeah, I don't really. Sometimes when I like remember something that's useless to me, I kind of hate that I remember it. whip and I don't want it.
But in the scale of everything being infinite, can we not just infinitely remember everything?
Oh yeah. Imagine if you had every memory possible.
I feel like in a human vessel, I don't know if your brain could take that.
Well, maybe what God is when you die and you become the singularity. Imagine not only this is what I've been thinking a lot, because when you look at the human life, it just seems like some dream. Yeah, I wonder how different it could be. You know what I mean? Like you got the
You cut
ocean.
out a bit there, but
Oh, I was gonna say like how different could life like if you had every memory of every animal, of every planet, of every consciousness ever. Like, I don't think there's a limit on like there's our one, and then there'll be other realms with like different, like literally brand new, like you know how fundamental water is and matter.
yeah.
Like there could be like a dimension where those are just like a couple aspects, or maybe there isn't even matter. You know what I mean? Like fuck knows what's possible.
Do you believe in other dimensions?
Well, I think everything exists. I don't know why. I'm just like, well, if this exists, then why would only some of it? Surely all of it. And it seems like that. Like as you walk around Earth, it's like
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be that much missing. I don't
No, that's
know.
true. It would be sick if you like died and you just gained awareness of all these other like dimensions and realities.
Well, I think we fucking breathe air, yeah, and we've got light. Maybe there's a dimension where they ain't got light, and instead they're like they all crawl around on the same surface, and there's millions of them, and they see visually through touch because there's no light. So fuck it, they make them. I don't know.
And then you just get all these memories of like feeling other people's faces.
Yeah, so I reckon there's so much mad shit possible. When you look at like the deepest depths of the ocean, have you seen that some of them literally aliens, fam?
Yeah, and like the DMT beings, what if they are just chilling in another reality?
I've been thinking this right. Bear man say this. This is actually a teaching. What do you think if I just say everyone's one? What does that mean to you?
Everyone's one
Yeah, what does that mean to you? Don't know.
in the spiral of consciousness or just in general.
Well, I would just mean like me. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a hard question, but I mean, maybe it's a stupid question. But what I was gonna say
What
is
is my white sticky glue, bruv?
says Canon Man.
Bruv. No, that's two accounts that said that. And
Oh really?
it's definitely someone I know. It's probably David, bro. It's probably David on two fucking fake accounts.
Probably is. But what I was gonna say is like, right, do we not all some basically share? Right, imagine a reality. Yeah, obviously nothing can exist without consciousness, right? So wherever consciousness is, therefore wherever any experience exists, surely the consciousness can realize itself as consciousness. And if you realize yourself as the awareness, which is what you are, as what me is, technically we're the same.
What, we're just all bubbles of consciousness?
Well, we're both just like we're basically the same. Like, because it's like the way that a lot of people speak of it is like God is just like it's the no self kind of thing. It's like God just kind of like plays with itself is what everything is, and it's like imagine if behind the scenes in imagine if we were all puppets, yeah, like this was you, yeah, and this was me. This is what we look like right now, yeah, having a conversation.
Yeah.
And then if you had some awakening, yeah, it turns out it's just God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, kind of. I mean, what I'm saying is we share the same like all we fundamentally are is awareness.
Is awareness. No, I do understand that. I do agree with you in that sense.
Especially within the breath work, there's got to be some sort of like fundamental connection
Yeah, they say like breath is the essence of life. I mean, I can't say I understand the connection of breathing with spirituality, but I also know it works.
there. It seems to just that's what like one I was like, keep asking recently, oh, how do I hack my consciousness to go to the next plane? I'm like, well, what if you just like learn how to breathe better, and then somehow that just like makes your life like
Well, if we're
Well,
talking
if we're
about
talking about
other
other
levels of
levels of
consciousness,
consciousness,
I feel
I
like
feel like
when you're at
when you're
a
at a
low
low
frequency,
frequency,
you can see
you
like
can see like
rapid
rapid
changes really
changes
quick.
really quick.
Like if you
Like if
change
you
your
change your
food,
food,
you'll
you'll
notice that you
notice that
feel
you feel
different.
different.
Stop
Stop
smoking,
smoking,
all this
all
little
this
shit.
little shit. Right.
But it must
But it
be,
must be.
but then when
But
you're
then
at
when
that
you're at that
point,
point,
good
good
health,
health,
mindful,
mindful,
meditating,
meditating,
how can you
how can you
then
then
ascend it?
ascend it? What do you mean? Ascend what?
Like have an
Like have an
awakening?
awakening?
Because I
Because
have
I have
these
these
moments where I'm
moments
like,
where I'm like,
my
my
consciousness
consciousness
feels like it's on
feels
an
like it's on an
elevated
elevated
level
level
through
right. Through
eating
eating
good
good
or
or
whatever.
whatever. Yeah.
But then I
But then I
wouldn't,
wouldn't,
even with all
even with all
meditation and
meditation and
stuff,
stuff,
I've never
I've
had a
never had a
breakthrough to be
breakthrough
like,
to be
oh, I've
like,
just
oh, I've just
ascended.
ascended. Oh right. Well, I think you just need to have like a. So you're basically. How do you get like some full blast awakening? Is what you're saying.
Yeah, because you were
Because
saying
you were
how
saying
to
how
hack
to hack
a
a
new like
new like
level
how
of
to like
consciousness.
jailbreak your mind, jailbreak
Yeah,
your yeah. Like for example, if you just stopped thinking, that would be quite a jailbreak or whatever.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true. Paradigm shit. So I was asking like, what other? Is there no switch I can just flip to just radically alter my perception immediately? I don't think
Ketamine,
Ketamine. Sorry.
ketamine.
Ketamine. Yeah. Well, I
You want to
could
find
like. You
out
want to
what
find
we
out
all
what we
really
all
are?
really are?
We're all
We're
just a
all just a
tiny
tiny
dot
dot
in a
in
big
a big
grey
grey
blur,
blur,
and Ket will
and
show
Ket
you
will
that.
show you that.
It will
It
take
will
you to
take you
that
to that
path.
path. The void.
The
The
void, the
void.
K
The K
void.
void. And then it just says, "Did you know?" And then you just die. And then
Huh?
you'll just it just you sniff it, and then an hour later it just says, "Did you know?" And then you just become a grey piece of paper for 10 hours.
I mean, I told you
I
about the
told
other
you about the
day.
other day.
I like,
I like.
I tried a
I
little
tried a
bit
little
after a
bit
long
after a
time
long
not
time
doing
not
it,
doing it,
and I was
and I
like,
was like,
I just
I
sort of
just sort of
measured out
measured out
how much I
how
used
much
to
I
do
used to do
after like a
after like a
3 month
3 month
break,
break,
and I
and
did
I
it,
did it.
and then
And then
apparently I
apparently
spent the
I spent
next
the next
hour
hour
just doing
just doing
more of the
more of the
same
same
size
size
lines,
lines,
not even
not
waiting
even
for the
waiting for
first
the
one to
first
kick
one to
in.
kick in.
And then I
And then
spent
I
three
spent three
hours walking
hours
around a
walking around a
hotel room,
hotel room,
but I have
but I
no
have no
recollection of
recollection
this.
of this. I hate scary. Drugs are scary, man. Like I said to you before, one of the first times I done MDMA, the girl said whose house it was in, just said, "Why are you in my parents' room?" And then I realized I was in her parents' room, and
Yeah,
I literally had no.
it's
It's
dumb. Wait,
dumb.
what was that
Wait, what was that
message?
message?
Canon man,
Canon
I'm
man,
very
I'm
sorry
very
to
sorry
hear
to
that,
hear that,
but
but
that would not
that
have
would not
been
have been
pure
pure
ketamine because
ketamine because
the levels
the
of
levels of
toxicity
toxicity
needed to
needed
achieve
to achieve
overdose with
overdose with
ketamine is
ketamine is
ridiculous.
ridiculous. Yeah, I mean,
Always test your
always test your
drugs.
drugs. Yeah, I mean, no one actually tests them, Canon Man, most likely. That's the thing. It's like everyone, oh, like no, like most of the stories you hear when anybody ever says, "Oh, I've taken LSD," I'm like, "Did you test it?"
Oh, this is
Oh, this is
definitely
definitely
David,
David,
bro.
bro.
He's just
He's just
having us
having us
on.
on. Ket plus alcohol equals overdose.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
did
because he
that in
did
my
that in my
room
room
and ended up
and ended up
vomiting on my
vomiting on
floor
my
for two
floor for two
hours. I
hours.
had to hold
I had
his
to hold
mouth
his
open
mouth
so he didn't
open so he didn't
choke.
choke. You can't handle drugs, mate. It's
He
only
can't handle his
can't handle his
shrooms,
shrooms.
can't handle his
Can't handle his
cat.
cat. Get out! Get out of here! Unsubscribe.
No, but
No, but
ketamine is a
ketamine is a
very
very
strange
strange
exploration into
exploration into
consciousness.
consciousness. Yeah, that's why I am interested.
Like,
Like
from my
from my
experience,
experience,
if you
if
do
you
the
do
right
the right
amount,
amount,
you
you
can
can
retain
retain
thought
thought,
but not
but not
memory.
memory.
So you forget
So you
what
forget what
everything is.
everything is.
You forget who
You
you
forget who
are. You
you are.
forget
You
where
forget
you
where
are.
you are.
You forget
You forget
everything.
everything.
So that is a bit like an awakening, because everything is just, there's no labels. Can you roll them?
Do you recognise this?
Yeah, I do. You showed me this time ago, bro.
That's when I edited it on my. But no, I can't, and I wouldn't roll any of them. Fuck that. I'm not a fucking retard.
Not a top level stoner.
I'm just not top G. I mean, I can't, and I just don't. I just roll a normal.
Nah,
I would learn how to like backstrap, but I maybe, but I don't really care to do no cross join or anything stupid.
David's asking you questions.
Remember when that poster was grey in your shrine trip? Yeah, that's why I asked him if he remembered it. That's what I was on about.
What an idiot, David.
I kind of want to smoke some cannabis.
I don't have any grade. It's killing me.
I've literally got like nothing left, but I've got a bit. Oh, guest left. There he goes. Alright, well, I might end it anyway. I don't know why though. But there's that anyway. That's Dan Jefferson. I'll leave his Instagram in the description. Thanks for tuning in, gamers. I love you all. More videos on the way, as always. Meditate, motherfucker. Gratitude is the attitude you need to succeed. And remember that everything's good.